Hello viewers across the globe, welcome back to my channel Dr. Faustina Speaks, where we grow in purpose, discipline and excellence. In today's episode of Dr. Faustina Speaks, we are looking at an excellent topic that addresses one of the most frustrating and common experiences in the workplace. Your boss takes credit for your work. You've done the hard work, but someone else is receiving the recognition. How do you respond without damaging your career? Imagine this. You've worked late nights, solved difficult problems, you've put your heart into the project, you sweat it out, the day finally arrives. Your boss walks into the meeting, present the work as though it were entirely his or her own, and your name was never mentioned. You sat there wondering, should I speak up? Should I stay quiet? What should I do? You were wondering and very, very uncomfortable. If you've experienced this, you are not alone. It happens sometimes. It is one of the most frustrating situations in a workplace. But how you respond can either strengthen your career or damage it altogether. So today, I would like to share a practical framework I call the credit framework. 6 strategies to help you protect your contribution while maintaining your professionalism. Now, let's look at how to handle it wisely. C stands for collect evidence. As a professional, you should document your work. Keep records of all your contributions through emails, minutes of meetings, project plan, progress report. Document your work. This is not about building a case against anybody. It is about maintaining an accurate record of your achievements. Documentation becomes invaluable during performance reviews, promotion discussions, project evaluations, depending on the organization you work for. The R is for you to raise your visibility. One mistake you will make as a young professional is to assume that your good work alone will speak for itself. Yeah, sometimes it does. But when added with visibility, where you communicate your progress professionally, it becomes powerful. You send concise status updates, you contribute confidently during meetings, you volunteer to make presentations on projects when appropriate. There is significant difference between self-promotion and professional visibility. One seeks for attention, the other provides clarity about your contributions. E stands for engagement. Engage your boss. Engage your boss privately. If you genuinely believe your contribution has been overlooked, avoid reacting negatively. Avoid reacting emotionally or confronting your manager publicly. Engage privately. That is where the emotional intelligence comes in. Request for private conversation. You could say, I will appreciate, sir, if in future presentation my role or input is acknowledged, as it supports my professional growth. It is respectful, solution-oriented, and focused on the future rather than assigning blames. D is to develop a strong personal brand. Recognition may occasionally be missed, but strong reputation is difficult to ignore. Consistently deliver quality work, meet deadlines, support your colleagues, solve problems, be dependable. When excellence becomes your trademark, people begin to associate your name with results, good results at that. So over time, your reputation becomes stronger than any single recognition. The I is for you to increase strategic relationships. Do not build your entire career around one person or one person's opinion. Develop positive relationships with colleagues, with mentors, senior leaders, project teams. Participate in cross-functional assignments whenever you have the opportunity. The more people have first-hand experience of your work, the less vulnerable you become. So someone controlling your professional narrative may not necessarily be important anymore. The T, which is the final one, is to think long term. Now, let's be realistic. If taking credit for your work becomes a repeated pattern, if you have documented your work, if you've had respectful engagement or conversations and nothing happens, then you have to ask yourself some questions. You have to look at whether is it an isolated case or is now a pattern, or is this the culture of the organization? If it is a toxic culture that consistently denies people recognitions and limits their career growth, it may be time to explore opportunities elsewhere where your contributions will be respected and rewarded. Now, let's do this reality check. Not every missing acknowledgement is a credit theft. What I mean is that sometimes your manager may be presenting the work of a team. Sometimes they might simply overlook mentioning individual contributions. But if someone repeatedly claims your idea, your work, your achievements as their own, then you are no longer dealing with poor communication. You are dealing with poor leadership. So the key is not to react to a single case or incident. Look out for patterns, not isolated moments. My final thought on this is that recognition can be delayed, recognition can be denied, but your reputation built over years of competence, integrity, consistency is one of the greatest assets you will ever possess. Protect your work, communicate your values, and continue building a reputation that no one can take away from you. Thank you for joining me on Dr. Faustina Speaks today. If this episode adds value to you, please like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs this message. I would like to hear from you. Have someone ever taken credit for your work? How did you respond? And what did you do? Share your thoughts in the comment section, but because your story might help someone else navigate a similar situation. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and keep pursuing excellence. I'll see you all next week. Thank you and remain blessed.